Hey good people, it's Tashira, Politics and Fashion here today with the 5 designer bags that I would start my collection all over with, or the 5 designer bags that I couldn't live without, so kind of the same principle. I'm so excited because Janae tagged me in this video, and I feel like I haven't had a chance to have a deep dive into handbags with y'all in a while, and so today's video is going to be a good one. I will not delay, sis. Let's jump into it. Let's start with a bag that was on my wish list for years and that I finally pulled the trigger on last fall, last October to be exact. I have a whole video on this bag, but it is the Loewe puzzle bag. This is the small size of the bag, but really medium because there's one that's smaller and also one that is larger. And I have to include this bag for 2 reasons. One, I obviously love it. I mean, I was lusting after this bag for probably about 3 years before I finally got it. It had gone through so many price increases until I just wasn't willing to pay retail in the United States for it, and it was even going up on the secondhand market at that time. But the second reason, y'all, is because this style is about to be discontinued, which makes it even more precious to me. This is now the second iteration of the Loewe puzzle bag. If you know anything about the brand, you know that the original one had a D-ring in the back. This one does not have it. It also had a guitar strap and it had feet, okay? Mine does have a crossbody strap, by the way. It's just inside the bag. But those 3 things kind of separate the original, which I loved, from this one. Now what they're planning to do is go to another one that is going to be still a similar design, but is going to have different looks as far as the panels of leather are concerned and also the stitching. I've seen the new one. I'm not a huge fan of the new one. It has been making sway on the Loewe website. I have to say the first one was, in my opinion, the best. The second one, second best. Third one, hated it. Not gonna be able to do. It's not a brand review video. I'm just saying, Loewe, this is the money maker. Okay, this is the one that if you had to do it for, if you had to do some strength or some change for, this the one. This is the one and not the 2, y'all. It is such a great everyday bag. I'm going on a trip to Europe very soon. If I can get the original style, either in this size or a smaller size and some kind of fun multicolored version, I am taking the plunge for it. I'm telling you right now, because I don't want to wait until I can't get my hands on this one and it ends up going up twice as high on the resale market. I just feel like for an everyday handbag, I just can't imagine something that is a better bag. I mean, it is soft, it's pliable, it lays flat in your suitcase, it holds everything you need, including a full-size wallet. You got a little, you know, secret pouch in the back to hold your gummies or your J while you go through TSA. Not recommending that, and I definitely never did it. I kind of tricked mine out, as you can see, with the little charms here, okay? And obviously you have the top handle. I'm a top handle girl, but I love also the opportunity and the flexibility of being hands-free, and you can do that with this bag because it does have a crossbody strap, y'all. I could go on and on and on about the Loewe puzzle bag. I would have to replace this and hopefully get my hands on this version if something happened to my collection and I had to start all over. One of my favorite bags I have ever had in my possession for sure. And also, of course, the color is delicious. Next, you already know. I love a micro bag. I love a mini bag. And this little Valentino number here has been just one of the joys in my closet, okay? I've worn this bag nonstop since I got it. I think I got it as I was going to swim week in 2021 or probably 2020. Either way, I've worn it constantly since then. And it replaced my YSL small cape bag, which I sold because I was wearing this so much I wasn't reaching for that one. It has a gold chain that goes along with it. Again, I'm a top handle girly, but I want to have that ability to be crossbody. I find that I just love, and Chanel had a bag like this that I loved. I love anything that kind of has this vanity bag silhouette. I think it's so clever. I think it's so cool. It harkens back to just kind of like this classic style. Who doesn't remember someone in their life having a makeup bag or a vanity bag that looks like this, okay? And so this style for me is a bit nostalgic. I think it's fun. It's kind of quirky. And yes, it does not hold your phone. We've talked about this many times, so I won't get into it. But I found that my phone is always in my hand anyway. And so for an evening bag especially, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. It is grained leather, so I haven't had any issues with scratching on it. It's just a small, fun bag. It kind of reminds me of the vanity bag that Jeronica Macia has from Chanel, but it's a little bit longer. But it still is that same principle. It's just a bag that I think, again, is a classic design and is really chic. And also what I love about it is that this was kind of like one of the early pieces of the V logo collection starting to drop from Valentino. And instead of it having a gold V, the V is actually black, as you can see. And so it makes the logo just a little bit more subtle, and I think a lot easier to wear with different types of metals. Love the bag. It's definitely one of my top 5. And let's get into my favorite designer tote, probably of all time. I mean, I know a bit about handbags across brands, but I have to say, nothing has ever replaced for me the Christian Dior book tote. Mine was once the small. I think it is now considered the medium because there are 2 sizes actually below this. So I don't even know what Dior calls this bag anymore. But it is my baby. I put on the straps a Twilly by Hermes because not the straps, but the handles are so horribly worn out until it is embarrassing, okay? I think I wore this bag non-stop for at least 2 years. I wore this bag not just as a tote, but also as an everyday bag, which is why I wanted this size. I have an insert on the inside of it, and the insert, I've lost it, but it actually also had a Velcro top to the insert that had a zipper, which meant that if the bag got turned upside down, things won't fall out of it, which I have to admit is one of the downsides of the book tote, that it doesn't close. It doesn't have anything that could kind of keep it closed, not a snap on the side, nothing. It's just an empty bag on the inside. But that's all right for me. I find that it has been so great to travel in, especially because, again, I don't feel like I am wearing a huge bag if I wanted to take it from, having all my necessities in it at the airport to wearing it day to day. It does fit my laptop. I have a MacBook Pro, so that's good to know if you were thinking about it. I mean, it fits my agenda. I can put a small toiletry pouch on the inside of it. It's just a great bag. It's such a great bag until I thought about getting it in different colors. Although I'll be honest with you, if I got a different color, I would sell this one because I don't have a need for multiple in my collection. But I love her, and this is a bag that is in my top 5 for sure. Next up is an item that I would have to have on my list if I was starting over, primarily because of what it represents for me, y'all, and that is my new Goyard vendome bag. I promise y'all a Goyard review because I do have a bit of a collection brewing. I just haven't gotten to it yet. However, thumbnail. She's so good. She's just so good. She's gray. Look at the color. Okay. It's a little G on the pull tab. We didn't ask Goyard for that, but they knew that we needed it. Girl, they had the nerve to stamp it on the bottom. And it has feet. And then you won't lose your stuff inside of it. Because look at the color. It is still a bit stiff. And I lament the fact that it did not come with a crossbody strap. Nevertheless, we're going to find ways to make that happen. You all have given me some great ideas. But while it is a new bag, it is a bag that I have worn non-stop since getting it. It's one of those things where I didn't know I needed a gray bag until I had a gray bag. And as someone who loves neutrals, I just think it's another way to bring a great color into your wardrobe that still goes with a lot of things. And so next up probably will be a navy bag for me for that same purpose. But back to this, if you don't know anything about Goyard, it is a classic design house like Louis Vuitton. They started as a luggage company, and I think there were many years before I knew much about luxury fashion that I would see the Saint Louis tote, which is very popular. It's kind of like the cousin of the Neverfull, and I think I thought that it was a Neverfull. I thought that this was an LV pattern, but it is not. Alas, it is by Goyard. And so y'all have asked me how you get your hand on this bag or other pieces that I've shown you, and you have to go into a boutique or you have to buy it pre-loved. Sorry y'all, they do not have any e-commerce, and part of that I actually really like, because I think that it makes the pieces mean so much more, because you have to go in, you know, slow down the selling process and meet a sales associate and truly appreciate and value the bag. And so this means so much to me also because I told myself I wasn't getting it until I met a major milestone. I did that and got the bag from the boutique in New York off 5th Avenue. And so she would have to be back on my list, I think, for sentimental purposes because of that, but also because I just absolutely love her. I went back and forth about the last bag because I didn't know what direction I wanted to go. But the reality is, if I was starting over, what I would really have to get, and don't laugh at me, I know somebody is so tickled by this. I've shared with you before how much I love this. So we don't even have to go back there. We really don't, okay? Your stares of judgment mean nothing to me. I am not going to be, look at this, girl. Now imagine, just get into this. Look at that. And then you just go like, look. Hey y'all. You know, it's just nothing major, some slight. Boom, a little pop. That's all it is. And it's just enough, I promise, because what it's going to do is fit my cards in the back. I got a lip gloss here. Look at that. My key fob, my house key comes off the keychain. I'm ready to go. And you also, of course, don't have to use this. It also clips on. It's something about this that is so quirky and so fun. Until it just, for me, screams fashion. For me, that's like an element of fashion and style that I love. And I like to also wear it, as you can see. This just has a ring that opens on my belt. I think Fendi hit this whole kind of micro bag trend out of the park. They technically consider it to be a bag charm. I think what they envision is that people would kind of like hook it onto a handbag. And that's cute. I can see how you could have like a bag on a bag. But I actually prefer to wear this as a bag in and of itself. I've always had a baguette on my wish list. This actually in the larger size, maybe not in the Zucca print, may go on my wish list for next year. It was on it in the past. I took it off, replaced it with some other things. But I think we may need sis in the fuller size very soon. But for now, if I am being honest, if I was starting over, this little micro mini bag would definitely be on the list. And that is it, good people. I do not have a huge luxury handbag collection, but I feel like I have exactly what I need for the moments that I need it. And I also try to just put myself, because I spend money like Big Meech Larry Hoover, okay? I'm flipping bricks. And so I like to bring down that spirit of consumption in me, because I know I will get out of hand and put a bag or two on my wish list for the year, as was the Goyard. And so y'all stay tuned to find out what's on the list for 2024. But in the meantime, what I will do is tag some of my good friends here on the internet to go ahead and keep the party going, okay? So first is going to be Halicia Lee of I Know Lee. We see each other, sis. I know you got them bags over there, okay? And I think Lee actually has probably one of the best kind of channels that celebrates Black luxury designers of anybody on the internet. And so I love that for us as a people. I love that for you, sis. Thank you. Giving you your flowers now. Now show us those handbags. We're going to have to see them. Come to the front, okay? Number 2, we're gonna do Angela Michelle for my fashion lovers over 40 like myself. What you got, sis? What's over there? Because see, at a big age like we are wise, okay? So we make wise decisions, and we want to know what's in the collection. Next is Ashley Park of Park Avenue. Now, sis doesn't make a whole bunch of designer content, but what I love about her is that she gives you the affordable fashions, okay? She'll serve a look, and then she'll hit you with the heat with a handbag. And don't think, Ashley, that we have not noticed that. So I know you got bags in your closet, and we would love to see what are your top 5. And that is it for me, good people. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you have loved it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me all over the internet at Politics and Fashion. Tune into my podcast, Justice, and I will see you good people across the internet. Peace.